Hello and welcome to Mr. Wiley Teaches Math. Today we're going to be multiplying binomials. When we multiply binomials, we're going to use our distributive property and we're going to expand it. When binomials, we have two different terms, both contained by brackets, one term and two, so binomials, 2 by. In this case, we've got two different methods that we're going to work through. For our first method, we take our first set of brackets and we just kind of pull them apart. We're going to take the first term in it, x, we're going to multiply it by everything in the second bracket, x plus 1. Now it looks like our distributive property questions from the other day. And we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to take the second half plus 1, and we're going to multiply it by everything in the second bracket. Okay, so let's try this. X times x, which is x squared. X times 1, which is 1x, or just x. We're going to keep going across. Plus 1 times x, which is another x, and 1 times 1, which is 1. So we've expanded both brackets using distributive property, and now we have this longer expression. When I look at this expression, I can see three different types of terms. I have the x squared, but I have a plus x and another positive x plus 1. So I can actually collect these like terms and put them together. So I can go one more step. So it's x squared plus 2x plus 1. So I broke the brackets apart, took the first term out and multiplied it by everything in the second, then took the second term and did the same thing again. When I got down to the end, I collected my like terms and put x plus x, which is my 2x. So that's the first method. I'm going to write the same question again, x plus 1 in brackets multiplied by x plus 1. And there's an acronym that can help us with this. It's called FOIL. And in this case, we're not going to break the brackets apart. We're going to start with just multiplying the first term in each bracket by the other first term. So in that case, it's going to be x times x, x times x, x times x, which is x squared. Then we're going to move on to the outside. So in that case, it's x and 1. They're the farthest. X times 1, which is x. We're going to make sure we get the inside, which is 1 and x. The closest two together in both separate brackets, 1 and x, which is another x. And the last term in each bracket, which is 1 multiplied by 1. 1 times 1 is 1. The reason we do that is now we've got all the different combinations. We made sure we multiply this with that one and with that one, this and these. They multiply with all four. Just like before, we've got the two different terms that we can combine. We've got x squared plus 2x plus 1. So we can use either method as we work through some more of these. That was a really easy one because it was just a single term and plus 1 in each case. Let's make it slightly more difficult. And let's try x plus 2x, and we'll throw in a negative 1, or x minus 1. So if we work through our first method, we're going to break it apart. We're going to take the first term, which is just x, and multiply it by the entire second bracket using distributive property. And then I'm going to take the second term, positive 2, and multiply it by again. So using distributive property, x times x, which is x squared, x times negative 1, which is negative x. I'm going to keep going, 2x, and 2 times negative 1, negative 2. I'm going to look for any like terms. I see a couple here. So I have x squared, which is different. Negative 1x, or negative x, plus 2x just leaves me with 1x. Subtract 2. I could do the same thing again using FOIL. X plus 2, x minus 1. I'm going to start with the first term in each, x times x, which is x squared. I'm going to go to the outside, x times negative 1, which is negative x. The inside, 2 times x, which is positive 2x. And the last, which is 2 times negative 1, or negative 2. And just like before, I've got some terms I can combine. So x squared plus x minus 2. This one does it in one less step of writing. This one actually is going to be better long term because when you start multiplying trinomials and binomials together, then it's going to be a little bit more difficult to keep straight. Let's try one more and we'll make it a little bit more difficult. We'll do 2x, and let's make it negative, plus 1. And the other one, we'll keep it a little bit simpler. We'll go x subtract 1 again. Get some negatives going. Alright, in our first one, we're going to break it apart. So we're going to take the first one, negative 2x, multiply by everything in the second bracket, x minus 1. And we're also going to take the positive 1 and multiply it by the second bracket. And use our expansion. So negative 2x times x is negative 2x squared. Negative 2x times negative 1 is positive 2x. 1 times x is x, and 1 times negative 1 is negative 1. I'm going to combine my like terms. So negative 2x squared plus 3x minus 1. And again, I could do it again with FOIL. 2x plus 1, x minus 1. It'll work the same again. First, so I have negative 2x squared. Outside, negative 2x times negative 1 is positive 2x. Inside gives me a positive x. And last gives me a negative 1. Collect the like terms. The negative 2x. Combine those into 3x. Subtract 1. Either method is acceptable. You're welcome to use either in class. Just choose one, become an expert in it. I'd recommend, if this makes sense, to go with this one, or if you prefer to use an acronym to help you keep it straight, you can use the FOIL method. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check the class website for the assignment, the lesson notes, and additional examples.